Have you ever had that feeling of déjà vu? Like you've lived this exact moment before. Or maybe you find yourself repeating the same mistakes, stuck in a loop you can't seem to break. What if I told you that it's not just a feeling, that the past isn't just a collection of memories, but an active force shaping your every decision, your every emotion, right now, in this very moment? It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's a profound psychological truth. The past isn't dead. In fact, it's not even past. And today, we're going to explore how it's secretly running the show and, more importantly, how you can take back the controls. Let's start with a simple idea. The brain is a prediction machine. Every time you face a new situation, your brain quickly scans this database for similar events. It asks, have I seen this before? What happened last time? What's the quickest, safest path forward, based on my history? This is incredibly useful when you're learning to ride a bike or avoiding a hot stove. Your past experiences create shortcuts, or what psychologists call schemas, that allow you to operate on autopilot. But here's the catch. Your brain doesn't always distinguish between a genuinely new situation and one that just feels similar to a past event, especially a negative or a traumatic one. This is where things get tricky. Imagine, as a child, you were criticized for speaking up in class. Your brain logs this experience. Speaking up equals embarrassment and shame. Now, fast forward to today. You're in a work meeting with a brilliant idea. But just as you're about to share it, a wave of anxiety washes over you. Your heart pounds, your palms get sweaty. You stay silent. What just happened? Your brain, in its effort to protect you, pulled up that old file from your childhood. It saw the meeting as a potential threat, just like that classroom, and it activated your fight or flight response to keep you safe from potential humiliation. You didn't consciously decide to be quiet. Your past made the decision for you. This is the invisible hand of the past at work. It's not just about big, traumatic events either. It's the subtle stuff too. Maybe your parents constantly worried about money. Now, as an adult, even if you're financially stable, you might find yourself feeling an undercurrent of anxiety whenever you spend, unable to truly enjoy your success. That's your past, whispering warnings of scarcity in your ear. Or perhaps you're in a relationship where your trust was broken. Now, you might find it hard to be vulnerable with a new partner, subconsciously looking for signs of betrayal even when there are none. Your past is projecting its fears onto your present, coloring your perception of reality. These patterns are known as emotional triggers. A trigger is any sight, sound, smell, or situation in the present that your brain connects to a powerful emotional experience from the past. When a trigger is pulled, you're not reacting to what's actually happening now. You're re-experiencing the emotions of the past. It's like a ghost from your personal history has taken over your body. The reaction is often disproportionate to the current event. Your partner makes a harmless joke, and you fly into a rage because it subconsciously reminded you of being belittled by a sibling years ago. You see someone with a certain look on their face, and you immediately feel rejected, because it mirrors the expression of a parent who was often disappointed in you. This process is so powerful because it happens below the level of conscious thought, in the more primitive, emotional parts of our brain like the amygdala. The amygdala is our internal alarm system. It's fast, it's powerful, and its motto is, shoot first, ask questions later. It doesn't care about context or nuance. It just recognizes a pattern and hits the alarm bell. Your conscious, rational brain, the prefrontal cortex, only gets the message after the emotional and physical reaction is already underway. That's why we often feel hijacked by our emotions, wondering later, why did I overreact like that? You didn't overreact to the present. You reacted perfectly to the past. So, are we doomed to be puppets of our past, forever reenacting old scripts? Absolutely not. The first and most powerful step is simply awareness. Understanding this mechanism is like turning on a light in a dark room. You can start to see the strings. The goal isn't to erase the past. That's impossible. The goal is to unhook it from the present. This process starts with mindfulness. When you feel a strong emotional reaction rising, instead of getting swept away by it, Try to pause. Just for a second, take a deep breath. This simple act creates a small gap between the trigger and your reaction. In that gap, you can introduce curiosity. What just happened that might have triggered this? Does this feeling seem bigger than the current situation? What does this remind me of from my past? You're essentially becoming a detective of your own inner world. You're not judging the feeling or trying to suppress it. You're just observing it with compassionate curiosity. For example, you feel that spike of anxiety in the meeting. You pause. You notice the tightness in your chest. You ask, "What am I afraid of right now?" The answer might come, "I'm afraid of looking stupid." Then you can ask, "When have I felt this exact fear before?" And suddenly, the memory of that classroom might surface. In that moment of connection, you achieve something incredible. You separate the past from the present. You can say to yourself, this isn't about this meeting. This is an old feeling. This is my classroom fear showing up. By naming it, you're taming it. You're moving the experience from the reactive, emotional part of your brain to the conscious, thinking part. You're telling your amygdala, "Hey, thanks for the warning. I appreciate you trying to keep me safe, but I've got this." This doesn't mean the feeling will vanish instantly, but it loosens its grip. It loses its power to control you. You can then make a conscious choice about how to act, rather than an unconscious reaction. Maybe you still decide not to speak, but it's a choice, not a compulsion. Or maybe, feeling a little more grounded, you decide to share that brilliant idea after all. Another powerful technique is to actively create new, positive experiences that can overwrite the old data. If your past taught you that relationships are unsafe, consciously practice small acts of trust and vulnerability in a safe relationship. Each time you open up and are met with acceptance and care, you are creating a new file in your brain's database. This new file says, vulnerability can lead to connection and safety. Over time, with repetition, this new file becomes more prominent and easier for your brain to access than the old one. You are literally rewiring your brain. This is not a quick fix. It's a practice, a way of being. There will be times you get hijacked by the past, and that's okay. The key is to be kind to yourself. Each time you notice it happening, it's a victory. Each time you pause and get curious, you're weakening the chains of the past and strengthening your connection to the present. You're learning to respond, not just react. The past shaped you. It's true. It gave you your scars, but it also gave you your strengths. The goal isn't to disown it, but to integrate it. To see it not as a ghost that haunts you, but as a teacher that has given you valuable lessons. By understanding how it operates, you can finally take its hand, thank it for the lessons, and gently tell it that you're in charge now. You are the one driving. The past can ride in the passenger seat, but it no longer gets to control the steering wheel or the destination. You are here, now, in this moment, and you have the power to choose your next move. If you find that your past is overwhelming and these feelings are difficult to manage on your own, please consider reaching out to a mental health professional. Talking to a therapist can provide you with dedicated tools and a safe space to navigate these complex emotions. It's a sign of incredible strength to ask for help. Thanks so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, give it a like and subscribe for more content on understanding ourselves better. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever noticed the past pulling your strings? Let's talk about it. See you in the next one.